Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And okay, so I have decided to go ahead and review Love and Hip Hop Huntsville. Um, I don't know what was going on. I do know. I just didn't care. I just didn't care when they came back from that break. Even though when they released, I guess the mid-season trailer or whatever they call it over there, I don't know. When they released a trailer for the I guess the second part of the season, the trailer was good. But then when it came back on, I was just like, I was like, I'm not. And then I told y'all I was gonna review it, and then I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell them that I'm not because I just wasn't. I just didn't care. I didn't care. I did not want to see Marceau, Maurice, Tisha, Kimmy. I don't want to see none of them on my TV screen just for the simple fact I'm like, girl, I already know what it's about to give. Girl, Kimmy gonna be on her playing. Girl, she got one foot into the pearly gates of heaven, but she's still trying to make sure, girl, her man can be satisfied. You gonna have, girl, Tisha down here talking about the Expo. Girl, you're gonna have Martell just a minute. And I was just like, I don't want to. I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to. And so then I watched the first episode. I think I was bored the other night. I didn't have nothing to watch. And I was like, girl, let me just watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh. I was like, this is kind of good. I said, all right, okay. I said, okay, so the people they clocking in. They clocking in. They clocking in. So then I made it to episode 2, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go ahead and review it. Okay. But anyways, we here. We're gonna review Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm gonna start. At first, I was just gonna start at because I know the last episode, the latest episode just came on. I was gonna start at the latest episode, but I enjoyed episodes 1 and 2 so good um, that I decided to just go back and just give full review. So here we are. I know that it's like 3 weeks late. If you're here, you're here, and then if you're not, I understand. It's 3 weeks late. So let's go ahead and get into the review. So, girl, when that show opened, and all I heard was Huntsville police are looking for this woman, and Kiki girl popped up on that TV screen. And Kiki had the Louis Vuitton bag. I don't know if it was Louis Vuitton or Louis Vuitton. Girl, but she had some type of bag on her shoulder. And Kiki had that Louis Vuitton bag, and girl, Miss Thing was looking dead into that camera. She was walking out that stove. I said, "Oh my God, girl!" I said Kiki was down there allegedly stealing. We don't know if Kiki was stealing or not. Girl, we know that was Kiki in that picture. Okay? Unless she got, or her mama and daddy got some explaining to do, unless she got a twin walking around here. But that was Kiki in that picture. Again, we don't know what was going on or what she had inside of her bag. They say that LP had stopped her, and I guess they recovered the thing she had in her bag, but she had a child with her. And later on, we found out through Stormy, I think it was Stormy who said that was her son, and her son had some locks. Oh, girl. I hope Kiki ain't back on that. Girl, I said, now you got your son down. Girl, not you got your son down to the stove with you stealing, girl. We don't know. I got a lot of stuff to say about Kiki in this mess, but we're gonna work our way up, okay? These are just my initial thoughts of what I thought at first, okay? But yeah, I was thinking like, Lord, Kiki is girl, she back on that stuff. Girl, she done found a pill bottle, and honey, she back on it. Um, Tiffany and Mel. Tiffany had her baby. The baby is so cute. Mel goes to see Tiffany, and this is the thing with Tiffany. Tiffany is messy. But Tiffany was also telling some truths, right? On one hand, it's like when it comes to Kiki, because she was talking about Kiki. I really didn't too much care for the girl to begin with, and I did not trust her because of the way that she, treated her cousin. And now, girl, I'm over here, girl, and I see her face splattered all over Crime Stoppers. Yeah, what is the tea? And you want me to hang around this woman and just on some real stuff, girl? We have brands to protect. I don't want to be associated with someone who is on Crime Stoppers. I get it. Um, Me personally, I wouldn't have cared. I probably would have picked up the phone and be like, girl, what is the tea? Girl, especially if we were cool. Now, if we wasn't cool, in Tiffany's case, her and Kiki really not cool. They know about each other, but it's kind of like, girl, I was like, okay, girl, she come around, she come around, she don't, girl, that ain't my friend. But I can see why Tiffany is apprehensive of trying to forge some type of relationship with Kiki because it's like, girl, I saw how you was moving, I didn't like it, and now, girl, you all over TV, girl. This is not making me want to build a relationship with you anymore, right? And now, girl, I don't want to be associated with someone who's on Crime Stoppers. So I get it, but I also feel like, girl, it's not like she was out there, girl, like girl, the club up. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, she probably stole a snicker. Girl, Kiki, what was you in that stealing, girl? Girl, what? They said you was at Home Depot. Girl, what was you taking out of Home Depot in a Louis Vuitton bag? Now, girl, I can see maybe you was down to Nordstrom or Saks, and girl, you had walked out with a couple of Gucci watches. Now, I can see that. But girl, what you done stole out of Home Depot? Girl, some hammers and nails? Girl. What can you put in that purse from Home Depot? Some of the Snicker bars and Reese's that they have at the front by the cash register. I'm trying to figure out what Kiki was in there stealing because they said she was at Home Depot. I don't know. Girl, you can fit a lot of stuff. When you go into Saks or Nordstrom or Neiman's, girl, you can fit a lot of stuff in a Louis Vuitton bag. Okay? You can. Especially if they have some of the expensive stuff out. If they have some of the expensive, sometimes they have it locked up most of the time. You get what I'm trying to say? Even if you went over to the cosmetics department, you can walk out with a couple of bottles of expensive perfume. So it's some stuff she could put in that bag if she was down in Nordstrom. But I'm just trying to figure out what she got in that bag at Home Depot. Girl, I said, girl, I hope she ain't back on that shit, cause you just stealing just cause it's fun. You just stealing for the thrill of it at this point. Cause you don't need to be stealing nothing out of Home Depot. Girl. Anyways, but yeah, I said Tiffany breastfeeding her baby and being messy at the same time. I know that's right, girl. Multitask. Girl, be messy and feed the baby. Um, Tiffany's gonna have a reveal for the baby. Um, she sent out invitations. I thought the invitations were really, really cute. She did it in one take. I said, come on, Miss Tiffany. Marceau and Courtney. When I tell you, baby, they are on Marceau's ass this season. Girl, when I tell you, girl, they are not playing with Marceau. So, this is the thing. I think what happens is when we see these people who get on our nerves or the people who we dislike, even sometimes when they could be right, they say like a broken clock is right twice in a day. Is that how the saying goes? So in this situation with Marceau and Courtney, the first thing is this. In my opinion, okay, I really don't think it was that deep for Courtney to have to go down there and check Marceau. The truth is, Marceau was kind of right. Just listen to me. This was not one of those situations where Marceau got into women business, okay? This was business. Now, you can say that Marceau was unprofessional, right? And Marceau doesn't know how to conduct business. But to sit here and reduce it as if, like, oh, girl, Tisha should have been the one. If there was an issue, Tisha should have been the one to come to Stormy and bring up the issue. No. Girl, this is business. Like, I know Stormy does not do business like that to the point where, girl, only a woman can come and speak to me. So now Stormy, this is what I feel, and this is what I be talking about, y'all. Sometimes y'all do put y'all husbands in these situations where somebody could get hurt. There was no need for Stormy to go home and get her husband all riled up to go speak to Marceau, right? Because you felt like the way he conducted business wasn't right. Why you in my face? You a man. You always in woman stuff. This is not one of those situations to me. From what I can remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Courtney is the one who started throwing jabs at Marceau's manhood first. You always in women business. That's a jab right there. Because you low key trying to call him a woman. You always in women business. Why are you always going after the wit, right? So then Marceau, because he feels as though his manhood has been attacked, then he attacks Courtney's manhood by going after how he provides for his family, right? You in business, you talk about I'm in women business, but you in the hair business, right? Again, I think this conversation is dumb because for me, it's not even to that point where it got this deep where Courtney and Marceau should be having to sit down. It's just like how I felt about Tiffany going home and getting her husband all excited, right? Because Tiffany, you want to start some shit, and Marceau was down there really just kikiing and laughing in your face, and you go home and like, oh my God, I just got jumped by two men. No, Tiffany, you was in the middle of some shit, and Martell was getting your ass together. As he in that situation, Martell was 100% right, and then you had his side, just the peanut gallery on the side, just making comments. That's just how I look at it. But we still got some more. We still got 2 more episodes. That's how I look at it in this situation. It's different for every situation can be different, okay? Anyways, was it unprofessional? Yes. Was it ghetto? Yes. Who goes around asking somebody the day of? And I think what it is, and that's what I was trying to say before they went on break. It's not about the $100. It's the principle. Because you can see everybody is getting worked up. It ain't got nothing because $100 and that ain't nothing to them. You see what I'm saying? It's the principle behind it. And so that's where Stormy should have been coming from. And the truth of the matter is Stormy had already checked Marceau enough right there in front of his wife at the event, at the expo, girl, that it wasn't no need for her to go and get Courtney. Because in my head, Stormy had handled it. Okay? But now, like we saw in future episodes, Kimmy saying it's growing legs. Now everything about this expo, it started to grow. Come on, expo. It started to grow legs. Anyways, he puts $100 on the table, and when I see baby, I ain't gonna lie, girl, when Miss Thing behind that bar started snatching that money, I said, I know that's right. Okay. Kimmy and Letitia. The good thing is Kimmy is done. Well, she still has a few doctor's appointments, but other than that, I think she's good to go. So that's a good thing. Here, can I say something? I know these be y'all husbands, and I know that, girl, they have told y'all that, girl, your husband is supposed to be the leader and the provider and the protector and the head of household, and just because we're men that we're automatically smarter than women because we have a penis between our thighs. Y'all know I have a little soft spot for Tisha. The people who've been watching my videos know I've been saying that for a very long time. I do. I have a soft spot for Tisha because Tisha is country. I'm country. She from a small town. I'm from a small town. You know, I don't. I've always kind of felt like a little connection to Tisha, but where that connection starts to get lost, girl, is when when I start to think you a fool. I don't give a damn if it is your husband. Kimmy asked Tisha the timeline. Does she know any timelines about what's going on? Tisha says no. Tisha, I'm trying to figure out how in the hell you and Marceau are over there in Huntsville, Alabama. You moved. You were living in one house when we met you. Were they not living in one house? They moved out of that house. I think because they owned the house they just moved into, right? I think they owned that house. So they moved back into that house. Correct me on the timeline. But anyways, they were living in a home. They started building the Scott Manor or whatever it is. Girl, they've been doing that for what, 3, 4, 5 years now. Just for them to move out of their current home to start renovations on the home to move to an apartment. Girl, I would think that all of my time and energy and money will be going towards my dream home and not this home that, girl, we're only staying in temporarily. Girl, y'all starting stuff. And girl, your man got you walking around here looking like the bag lady. Girl, you and them kids is just floating around from address to address to address. But we're gonna start calling Tisha the bag lady. Bag lady, you gonna miss your bus. You can't hurry up, cause you got too much stuff. Okay? When they see you coming, huh? Niggas they go running. Yes, they from you. It's true. Oh, yes, they do. One day he gon' say you crowded my space. One day he gon' say you crowded my space. I said one day he gon' say you crowd. Girl, you a bag lady at this point. We might as well play Gypsy. What's that song called? La da dee da 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 dee. She's homeless. She's homeless. La da dee da da da. Girl, what is going on with Tisha and Marceau? And Tisha just going along with it all willy nilly. Like, girl, I don't even know what's going on. I ain't got no timelines, nothing. Girl, you look a fool. I don't give a damn if that is her husband. Y'all put too much trust in people. I'm sorry. We on address number 4, and you don't know shit that's going on. Do you have timelines for anything? No, we don't. That's how the conversation went between Kimmy and Tisha. I know some of y'all swore up and down that Tisha is over there and she about to pull a fast one on Marceau. No, she's not. No, she's not. Um, yeah. Martell and Chris. Um, hold up. Martell and Chris. Chris goes to see Martell. He says the last time I saw you, um, I was subpoenaed. Martell sitting there looking at Chris like this. Girl, like you don't know what's going on. Oh, what you talking about? He was like, to court. He was like, oh, yeah. Girl, you see? Y'all saw how quick Martell was about to try and lie? He was sitting there, girl, trying to think of a lie, trying to think of something to say. And then, of course, he starts to lie. Martell tells Chris that basically it wasn't about him choosing, it wasn't about them choosing sides. It was about them just coming and telling the truth. Let me tell you, I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. If you personally subpoena someone, not personally, but if you have someone subpoena to come to court, girl, more than likely you are thinking that they're going to come to speak highly of you. Just like Martell got mad at his mama. Remember the conversation he had with his mama? There he got mad at his mother because he felt like the mother didn't go and say what he wanted him to say, which was basically lie. I can guarantee you, if Nell and Chris had said something that was damaging to Martell, Martell would have, and then Martell knew what they were going to say, he wouldn't have had them subpoenaed. He had them subpoenaed because he thought that they were going to be on his side. That was all that was about. Martell has to move out of the rental home. It sounds, y'all gonna have to explain this to me because I don't know. What it sounds like to me is the people who own the home allowed Martell to move into the home, even though they were going to sell the home. Because we know Martell ain't have no money. Okay. His credit was shot. Y'all remember this? Remember Martell didn't have no money? His credit was shot to hell. So in my head, I'm thinking the people who own the house, they said, okay, girl, we're gonna let the nigga move in. But the house is still on the market. When we get ready to sell the house, he's gonna have to find somewhere to go. So the house been on the market. Martell has been living in the home. The house is finally sold, and Martell acting like he don't know what's going on. Martell, it sounds like the people's doing you a favor by letting you stay in the house in anyways. And now the home is sold. Now you got to get out, and you like, oh, they can't put me out, baby. That's not your house, girl. Either they're gonna have your ass escorted out, and you and them kids gonna be sitting outside on the sidewalk. Either your ass gonna help them find you somewhere to go. That's what it sounds like to me. But y'all explain to me what was going on. He tries to make it seem as though Chris just kind of hit him with the news, I guess 30 days ago. But I guess Chris has been told him. Martell also knew the house has been on the market. So I guess Chris was basically saying you knew that the house could sell at any time. I know usually like when you rent a house, they're not listing the house for sale. But again, like I said, in my head, I'm assuming the people who listed the home, they just let him move in the home while I guess doing him. I don't know, child. Y'all explain to us, the people who know how real estate and all that stuff work. Y'all explain to me. Kimmy or Maurice? Um, y'all know Kimmy is my fave. You know, Kimmy is my fave. Kenya Moore is my fave. You know, I got my faves. I got my girls. I got my girls, and it pains me to have to get my girls together sometimes. But girl, I have to get my girls together sometimes because girl, sometimes y'all be on some fuck shit. Girl, Kimmy is over here, girl, with a man, Maurice. I am so disappointed in Maurice. I really am. I really am because in my head, Maurice was probably one of the good guys. But Maurice is nothing. He just like these other niggas. Maurice literally sit here and told his wife that her going through what she's going through sexually is mental. Mind you, this lady has been through cancer, hell and back. Baby, 1 foot into glory. She's at the end of her journey, right? I think she's cancer free, but she still has a couple of appointments to go to. But she's still trying to get her coochie working the way that it was working before. So Miss Thing is going to get yoni eggs, trying to make it tight and right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it together. And this nigga telling her girl is mental. Can you imagine going through one of the scariest moments in your life? Well, girl, you know there's a chance that you could probably die from this shit. And then, girl, when it's all said and done, girl, you trying to get your shit together, girl, the man, your provider, your protector, your leader, your head of household, girl, tells you, girl, that it's mental. Mm, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Kim, you'll do better having me as your husband. Girl, at least we ain't gotta have sex. You know, it's not my ministry. But girl, we'll get along. Girl, I would never say no shit like that to you. Okay? Girl, Kim, that's her husband. She wanted him. She wanted him, so she got him. She wanted him, so she got him. They talk about Marceau. It sounded like Marceau. This is what happened. I told y'all that when it sounds good to say, and the people who probably do this are probably wealthy people, are people who have all their ducks in a row. But girl, ain't too many people gonna be out here, even if it's for the community. Just I want to do something for the community, and girl, you not seeing a profit. You're gonna have to be just rich, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do something to girl. I don't care because girl, it's money and I can make. But I don't think Marcel and Tisha are in that position where they could just be like, girl, I'm gonna come out of my pocket, right? I'm gonna come out of my pocket. Me, Marcel, Tisha, girl, we not in you, your mama, your cousins too. Girl, they got more money than us. Marcel and Tisha do. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I just don't see someone being in that position financially. And then, yes, you want to do something for the community, but girl, you just coming out of pocket. And I think that's been the missing part of the conversation. The part that I've been saying, I think even Kimmy tapped on it in the show. Like, yeah, it sounds cute, but you gonna want to see some profit. And I don't think that y'all, like, it's something going on. So the day of, I guess they had a bigger turnout than what they were expecting. Marceau starts to go around trying to charge people for their stations. Bullshit. Because they felt as if everybody else is making money, then we need to be making money too, which goes to show that it wasn't for the community. Because if it was for the community and if it was for these black businesses to come on and show people what they have going on, then it wouldn't be about you making money. It don't matter if one of the bitches in there made $1 million that day. If it's really for the community and giving back and shining a light on these small black businesses, then that's exactly what it would be. But because it was never about the community and it was about trying to make some money, and now you see all these people here, now it's, oh, let me go try to make some money. Because, girl, you already paid whatever you were going to pay for the venue. You ain't got to pay no light bill. Whatever they charge you, I know it was more than $1,000, but let's just say they charge you $1,000 or $10,000 or $5,000, whatever the price was. You paid it. It's done. It's a wrap. So it don't matter if 5 people showed up or if 100 people showed up. What you paid is what you paid for the venue. Am I wrong or am I right? More people showed up, so they started charging. That's what happened. Hold up. Stormy and Courtney, they the messy couple. That's what I put. This is a messy couple. It's kind of funny in a way because I bet you, I can tell Courtney and Stormy be talking about people in the bed. Well, I know they be wearing y'all low. I can tell. You know what I also can tell? I can tell that Stormy be gassing Courtney up. I could tell that too. I could tell that Stormy gasses Courtney up. Um Oh, that's what Stormy. I think Stormy was saying that they said something along the lines of, since people are making money, they should be making money too. Which goes to show again, it's not for the community, because if it's not about you making a profit. But like I've been saying this whole time, you want to make a profit. So instead of you just saying it from the get go and stop trying, instead of you just saying this, I want to have this thing. Of course, if Marceau would have just came out and said, I want to have this expo, come on for the expo, but the numbers are going to have to make sense for me too. Then it just would have been okay, girl. He just want to make sure that at the end of the day, girl, he can make something from it, child. But you want to go in like, oh, you know, I'm this philanthropic person and I want to, help the community and help the north side of Huntsville, and I'm here to shine a light on the black businesses. But then when it's all said and done, girl, you really just want to make some money. Because in truth, in real life, that's all Marcel want to do. He just want to make money. It don't matter. I just want to make the money. And we heard him say that in one of the episodes. We're gonna get to Marceau ass in a little bit. Okay, Marceau, I got something for your ass. Um yeah, Mel and Kiki. Mel goes to see Kiki, and Kiki says she's been in the hospital twice in 2 weeks. Listen, I don't know. At this point, in that we only in episode 1, but at this point, I'm thinking Kiki back on that shit. Kiki doing a whole bunch of talking to avoid the conversation that Melody was coming to have, which is, girl, what's going on with you being on Crime Stoppers? Okay. Um, I thought Melody was absolutely messy for bringing up Tiffany. You don't have to bring up Tiffany to bring up the Crime Stoppers. Girl, that was on the local news. Everybody who lives in Huntsville and the surrounding area saw Kiki on goddamn Crime Stoppers. I think it would be one thing if it was something one or two people knew, and then she had to mention Tiffany's name because Tiffany is the one that said it. But in this situation, girl, you did not have to bring up Tiffany's name in order to bring up the conversation about Kiki being on Crime Stoppers. Girl, everybody saw it. Girl, what's going on with you, girl? I saw the news. They say you were stealing. Is it true? That's how I would have said it. Girl, you all right? Girl, now you know everybody talking about. Girl, you been on Crime Stoppers. Girl, it's all around. It's going all around Huntsville, girl. Oh, girl, you know I saw you on Crime Stoppers, girl. What's going on? A girl, you know, I was flipping through the TV, and I didn't want to mention to anybody else before I came to you. But what's going on? Oh, girl, you know everybody in the group is talking about you being on Crime Stoppers, girl. What's going on? There are so many ways she could have said it without having to mention Tiffany's name. Because at this point, I think what's going to happen is it's just going to cause even more of a rift between Tiffany and Kiki. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was it for episode 1. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll be back with episode 2 later on. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.